Call of Duty needs a break, plain and simple. It absolutely needs a break. In my last video, I talked about how it doesn't need a massive formula shift. The COD formula is what I buy Call of Duty for, and if it was to drastically shift into a different subgenre category, I wouldn't really buy it anymore. Like we talked about how Halo 4 and 5 are fine shooters, but they're not Halo games. They're not what a Halo fan who's been into Halo for years is looking to purchase. And if you're gonna say, well, a good game's a good game regardless of what the name is, wrong. If you release a Call of Duty game that plays nothing like Call of Duty, but it's a really solid shooter, you fucked up somewhere. Allow me to use the restaurant analogy again. If you went to your favorite restaurant and they provided you a higher quality version of your old favorite dish, yeah, it's higher quality, it's better for you. Hell, with some sort of scientific testing, we've determined that it's even tastier. But it's not what you were anticipating. Therefore, it sucks. If you buy a game that says Halo on it and it doesn't play like Halo, I don't care how well it plays, it's not a Halo game, and it's taking up the slot of a traditional Halo release. The developers that would've or could've given you something that you actually want from that franchise sort of screwed the pooch, flipped the pan, and now you have something that you never really wanted from that franchise. I've talked to people that think that Modern Warfare 2019 is like a tactical, milsim, slow-paced, methodical shooter. That's ridiculous. That's completely counter opposite to my experience playing that game for almost 2 years, like a year and a half. That game's life cycle for me was a year and a half. Sorry, nuh-uh. Maybe skill-based matchmaking really is drastic and you're getting into lobbies where people play like they're playing Insurgency, but I was going up against slide canceling, bunny hopping, objective pushing, crazy platinum sweats. So it felt like Call of Duty to me, but with that sort of military tactical feel, tone, context, but not gameplay. Those people are ridiculous. I don't think they have a leg to stand on, especially if they've played other Call of Duty games from back in the day, which used to be more centered around that sort of realistic tactical military feel. Anyway, Modern Warfare feels like a classic COD. But imagine though, if they were right, imagine how frustrated they would be. They came into Call of Duty around Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare. They affiliate Call of Duty with Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 2. They affiliate bright colors, simplistic maps. They really, really like that fast-paced, forced engagement combat. Modern Warfare comes out, it plays more like COD 4, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, and it completely throws them for a loop. That's why Call of Duty's so crazy. They're all the same, right? But there's several different subgenres within Call of Duty itself, and it's really hard to figure out who's a fan of what. Some people can't say Call of Duty Ghost without their tongue burning, but God, I'm always down to private matching Call of Duty Ghost. It has really interesting maps and really fun create a class. Call of Duty needs to be what it is, but what it doesn't need to be is constantly in our face every year. You'll just be desensitized to it. What I think is going on right now is that Vanguard is suffering from I'm not that interested in it, so it sucks syndrome. I felt that way halfway through Infinite Warfare, I felt that way during COD World War II, I felt that way because Black Ops 4 sucks. But we're at the point now that if a Call of Duty development team brings us a really solid product in the form of, let's say, Vanguard's multiplayer, something with a lot of replayability and variety, it really feels like a $60 package when you get it, plus the campaign, plus a zombies mode that deserves its own rant, and it will be getting one. But overall, Vanguard is a solid game. I think as a product it's solid. I think if you enjoy Call of Duty, if you've enjoyed more than half of the Call of Duties of last gen, you'll probably enjoy Vanguard, and yet it's being met with this sort of non-criticism dismissal thing. Like, it's not really criticisms of the game's design or how bad it actually is, it's, it looks unfinished, or I'm not in the mood, or I played 2 hours and got bored, or it's a reskin of a different game. They're not really criticisms. They're completely vague, there's no specifics to them at all. They come across like whining or pouting, and while there's nothing wrong with that, not everybody needs to talk like a game reviewer, but I know why you're unable to right now. You're bored. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna diagnose so much of the criticism towards Vanguard that I've seen. It's just, hey, you're bored. You don't care that there's a ton of weapons and it's really, really satisfying to get them fully leveled up. You don't care that there's tons of maps. You don't care that some of the kill streaks really kick ass. You don't care that there's variety and grinding and just the bread and butter Call of Duty experience. in droves. You don't care. Why don't you care if it's a franchise you like? Because it's a franchise you like in your face every year. We've seen the Modern Warfare engine before. We've seen Gunsmith before. We've seen Warzone. Why do you think we're getting a new Warzone map? They know that they're kind of trying your patience a little bit. I wonder, this is a weird thing, I wonder if the reason the Vanguard Zombies experience is so terrible is that they were scared that people didn't want another round-based map. Now, knowing the Call of Duty community, if they would have gotten a nice single round-based map, they would have probably been bored of it or with it, especially after, Cold War's just banger year of zombies maps. There might have been some cries of boredom. So maybe they were attempting to avoid that, and maybe in some ways they did avoid that. Maybe now you understand how much you appreciate zombies, how much you appreciate even a boring remade round-based map you've already seen. Maybe that was the tactic, to just avoid zombie player burnout. And zombie players gotta avoid burnout way more than multiplayer, guys. Zombies is far more repetitive than multiplayer. So maybe that's the tactic. If you're a zombies fan looking at Vanguard and you're thinking, God, I wish I had a round-based map, I wish I had at least 1 or 2 round-based maps, doesn't that maybe increase the amount of value you place on the traditional experience? I don't think Call of Duty should take a break and then come back a completely different video game. I think it should take a break and come back in its own traditional way, in its own form, its own formula. It should return to form after taking a break, not after fucking up whatever that form was or is or could be. Duranfang really helps make my argument for me. Zombies players are clamoring for something they've already experienced. I see so many people asking to just give us Shinonuma, a map they've already seen before. They would rather play round-based zombies on a map they already know compared to playing a weird version of zombies that's really far removed from what people like about zombies. If Call of Duty took a break and maybe gave us a Modern Warfare 3 campaign remastered, a Black Ops 1 campaign remastered, just to sort of tie us over, so we can, sort of be nostalgic and have something new to do, but not a new COD. Not a new set of weapons and camos and maps to learn. You know how many people complain about maps when a Call of Duty comes out? Do you know why? Because they haven't learned them yet. And they're frustrated because they can't go on streaks because they don't know where the spawns are, they're not watching their lines of sight, their eyes don't know what piece of cover to snap to first, they don't have any target prioritization in their head yet, and they're frustrated. They just kind of want to go into each COD with everything max level and with all the maps learned from the get-go, and they don't really want that experience of learning a new COD every year. Call of Duty could leave for a year and come back with Black Ops 2 remastered, leave for a year, come back with World at War remastered, and people would be excited, they'd be ecstatic for that old thing again. Or come back with a new title that just plays like traditional Call of Duty. Hey, it's got a couple new gimmicks in the same way that Vanguard added destruction or Modern Warfare added doors and leaning and mounting. They're gonna have new features, new gimmicks, new little, touches of flavor here and there. But at the end of the day, it'll be a COD game. And maybe after a year of having no new camos, no new weapons, no new maps to level up and progress through other than the ones being added post-launch to the previous game, hey, I think we'll be ready. I think we'll be genuinely hyped. One of the reasons I think Modern Warfare 2019 had so much hype surrounding it, whether or not you like the game doesn't matter, there was a crap ton of hype, and it was one of the most played Call of Duty games in 8 years. I think it was the most played Call of Duty game in 8 years before Warzone's edition. So before Season 2, those were the numbers they were bringing in with Modern Warfare. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a Modern Warfare? The name Modern Warfare, the name Captain Price, those things hadn't been uttered since 2011. It is astounding what a break will do. Even with Call of Duty launching annually after Modern Warfare 3 up until 2019, the return of the name Modern Warfare meant so much to so many people. Call of Duty doesn't need to change, it just needs to get the fuck out of our faces for a little bit so we can miss it. Don't fuck up. This is what I'm scared of. I don't want Call of Duty to do some weird thing where they waste an entire development cycle making some awkward, harebrained COD with stupid ideas that don't make any sense and just don't fit in the franchise, just to come back the next year and go, okay, now we're back to our standard, Please don't do that. You don't have to make a mistake in order to correct it later. The mistake is the release cycle. Take a break from that. And just like with that, you have to know when to stop talking, and I think the 10-minute mark on this ramble is good enough. I know this video wasn't incredibly funny or anything, but if you enjoy these types of commentaries, please like and subscribe, it helps me out a lot. And I live stream on this channel, so hit the bell icon to get notified when I go live. That's the best way to talk to me if you want to have a discussion or if you want to leave me a comment, because I try to ignore comments and I try to more pay attention to my stream chat. So that's a good place to interact with me. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.